There we go.
All right. Good morning, everyone, and happy President's Day. Today is February the 20th, 2023. And my name is Michelle Niels, and I am your host today for our vitamin B12 shot for the week. Our joy overflowing call, our Monday morning miracle call, our roundtable chat, our community love fest. We have lots of names. And this is our opportunity to come together and share our love of these amazing patches and to ask questions and share our testimonials. And I host twice a month, and I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado. And I welcome all of you, especially if you are new to our call or our community. If you'd like to introduce yourself at some point during this half-hour call and tell us your name and when you joined and where you're from, we would love to give you our Live Younger community welcome, because you have come into an incredibly beautiful community with the most amazing servant leaders on the planet, Gregory and Robin Blank Mascari. We love them. They love us. So if you are new, you're going to feel a lot of love today. So we just a little couple of rules of the game here is when we speak about the patches and our experiences, please don't name any disease condition. No disease names, no itises. Use symptoms only, and how you felt before, and which patches you used, and where you use them, because sometimes they're put in different places than suggested, and then how you felt afterwards. And we're going to try and keep our shares to 30 seconds. You can go a few seconds over, but please do try to be bold, be brave, and be brief. Be bold, stand up and share. You know, this is a great greenhouse to grow, as Robin says so beautifully. This is network marketing is a greenhouse where you can safely grow to your fullest potential. And I want to share just a little Jim Rohn quote today that I picked up before the call. Whatever good things we build end up building us. There you go. And we are building a beautiful community and lifestyle with LifeWave. So with that in mind, please feel free to raise your hand. There's a button at the bottom of your screen that says reactions. Hopefully you can see that. If you're driving and you're not able to do that, you can just start talking if no one else is talking, and I'll call on you. But we like to raise hands if possible so that I can see your hand is up. And then don't lower your hand, please, because when your hand is up, I can focus on you on my screen. And if you take your hand down, you go away and I don't know where I'm looking. So keep your hand up until you're done. And yeah, so who would like to begin and bless our community, as Karen O'Neill says, bless our community with your sharing and your love of the patches and this community. So it looks like we have Christine first, and then Jim, and then Casey. So go ahead, Christine, go ahead and unmute.
Okay, good morning. This is Christine Wamany from Alameda, California. And when did I join? It's been a couple of months. I don't remember the exact date, sorry. And I am using X39 and glutathione. And
Beautiful.
yeah, and I sort of felt like I was coming down with a cold. I don't know, maybe a cold is a disease. Maybe I should say I had a little bit of swelling on one lymph node on the left side, and I thought maybe I would just allow the patches to support me and I would rest more. And I feel pretty good today.
Oh, beautiful. Well, that's a simple and powerful share. You know, you've been using them for about 2 months, Christine, you said?
Yeah, I think, about 2 months.
Okay, beautiful. Well, welcome to our community, and thank you for being brave and being the first one to share today. All right, so now we have Jim.
Morning, everyone. Jim Mava from Maine. I ate something that bloated me up, and I was very, very uncomfortable. I used the X39 regular with the 49. but this was something that was very, very unusual for me. I was in pretty much distress. I put a Eon in the middle of my back, and within a minute or two, everything was relieved, and I had a fabulous day after that.
Okay, now I need to know, how did you get the Eon in the middle of your back, Jim? Did you do it yourself or did you get help?
Oh, my wife was at work, so I had to do it myself.
You were you were a yogi reaching back there. Good for you. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
Jim. Thank you. You have a beautiful day. All right, we have Casey.
Good morning. I have a question and a testimony. The question is, I've been working with a gal who has severe over-the-top night sweats that have now progressed to day sweats. I have never heard of anybody having such a problem. And so I've been researching and asking. I suggested she try the SP6 and the Eon and X39, and I checked with her after a week and nothing. She's drinking 100 ounces of water. She's doing everything she can and is just miserable. And I've been telling her to move the patches around and, you know, all this stuff that we traditionally tell each other. So I don't know if somebody else has another idea for her, but I feel so bad. I've never heard of anybody having it such a terrible time of it.
How old is
And
this
my
woman?
testimony is the young
Casey?
gal that I told, yeah.
Casey, do you want to wait and get an answer to your question
Oh,
first? And then,
sure.
okay. So
Okay.
how old is this woman approximately?
I'm gonna
Plug
say
in just a second. I didn't hear that because I plugged in my earbud, but I didn't put it in my
Okay,
ear.
we need to mute people here. Okay, make sure you're muted if you're not sharing. Thank you. Casey, go ahead. How old is she?
I'm gonna say probably her late 40s, early 50s.
Okay, so we all know what's going on there. She's having these hot flashes. I don't know if that's a diagnosis. I don't think it is. No, it's a symptom. And you said she's using SP6, X39, and what else?
And Eon.
Okay. Well, Dr. Barbara, I don't know if she's on. If she is, I would love her to share. Please speak up, Dr. Barbara, if you're here. But she had a sister-in-law who had like 12 a day and 15 at night of these hot flashes. And within one day, the SP6 made a difference. But as we know, the patches work differently in every person. And some people it takes longer. I know how uncomfortable that can be. So for some reason, glutathione is coming to my mind. And it sounds like she's drinking plenty of water, but just intuitively, I'm getting glutathione because of a detox thing. She might be detoxing. Another thing, and this is not LifeWave, but we do share other ideas, is there's something called Cool Sheets where you can actually buy, a friend of mine told me about these. You can actually buy these sheets that actually keep your body temperature low. So that is my thought. Okay, does anyone else have a share to help Casey with her friend who's having these very uncomfortable hot flashes? Does anyone else have a thought? Da, da, dun, dun,
Michelle,
dun,
this is
dun.
Liz.
Liz, go first. Liz.
Go ahead.
So when I was having hot flashes, there was a product that I found that it was called iCool, COOL. I took it for a month and that stopped all my hot flashes and I've not had one since.
Oh my gosh, and that's a supplement of some kind?
Yeah, it's over the counter.
Okay, so there's another idea, Casey. And did someone else have a hand up about helping here?
I
did.
Julianne, were you?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Julianne, you go first.
So if she's drinking that much water, what's coming to my mind is her body is not absorbing the water. So she's just detoxing the water out. And so it's not helping the body regulate her body temperature because her organs are not getting the water that it needs. So I would add in some electrolytes with her water.
That's an excellent idea. Very good, Julianne. Well, we're going to move on in the interest of time. I think that's plenty of ideas, Casey. Go ahead and share your testimonial.
Oh, thank you. The gal that was pregnant and went to Colorado, she was very nervous about altitude and how it was going to affect her and the baby. So I gave her several patches that Dr. Jeff recommended. And I just talked to her this morning and she said she felt great. She did take some cans of oxygen that she had to use though, but she said, but when she forgot to use the patch one morning, she definitely felt a difference. So, woohoo.
Great.
Do you remember what patches she used for the altitude?
She used carnosine, energy enhancer, and X49.
Okay. Thank you so much for your share, Casey. All right. So now we have Adele, then John, then Heidi, then Kamei. All right, Adele.
Thank you, Michelle. I have a beautiful magical story, miracle story. I have a client outside of London who's 16 years old, and she's been bedridden for 5 weeks until February 9th, or around February, right, the week before February 9th. And her family was going to Disney on Monday, the 12th, I think it was. And we got her out of bed. She had both 2 bad knees, supposedly needed knee surgery, which she didn't, but they said she did. On the night of the 9th, her doctor approved her to go to Disney, which was kind of crazy, but she was having foot problems. So she ordered a lot of patches, her mom did, and they didn't arrive. So Barbara Larrabee, thank you very much, Barbara. I don't think you're on the call, overnighted patches from Dallas. I'm not in the States right now, to Disney, to Orlando. And the mother wrote me this is the story. The daughter went, and she said, it's been utterly wonderful. This was their last day on Saturday. And Georgie, the daughter, has done so well. The patches have been a lifesaver and have helped enormously. We average 16,000 steps a day, but she's been coping. Definitely very sore feet, but not her knees. So I'm just, she had Eon, X39, and Ice Wave. And I told her to sleep, no matter what, sleep in Eon, put it on her foot, which she was having some foot trouble, and Ice Wave on the bottom of her feet. And then, of course, X39 on the back of her neck during the day. So pretty cool. So very excited that this family got to take their vacation, and she did so well.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful story. And thank you, Barbara Larrabee. Wow. Overnighting. We help each other. That's what we're about. Thank you. All right. We have John and then Heidi.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to tell a story about this person I've met in the dog park about 3 months ago, and she's been wearing the X39 after I see her limping with her dog, and she's got a bad knee. So after a little bit of conversation, I got her on the X39, and I just saw her a couple days ago. Asked her how, I see her about every few days in the park. And so I asked her, how she's doing. She said, well, I'm walking better. I feel much better now. But it's still, I still have some problems with my knee. What happened was a week and a half ago, she got bit by a dog, and it went through both of her, she had 2 layers of clothing on. It went right through it, and was such a deep gash that she had to go to emergency. She was just bleeding all over. I wasn't there. I didn't see that. I just talked to her yesterday about this. And she said that, wow, that was really a terrifying thing. But, and she showed me her gash, she had to have 2 stitches put in there. So it wasn't, and it didn't look bad at all. And she says, wow, my wound has really, it was really a lot worse than what it looks like now. I said, wow, that's great. She said, I feel pretty actually. And so she says, I know that, the X39 is working on this wound. And then the last thing that she said to me, she said, my 8-year-old grandson said, Grandma, your complexion looks so good now. What's going on? And that came out of nowhere. She said, I didn't ask him to say that. I didn't, an 8-year-old, basically tells the truth, how they feel. And she said that alone is going to keep me with this X39, but she sees a lot of other benefits.
Oh, that's beautiful, John. This was just a woman you met at the dog park.
Yeah, I've known her for just a short time, just in our travels at the dog park. And yeah,
Very
I love
good.
telling people who I can help the X39, what to, and she's all on board.
Beautiful. Oh, Grandma, you look so much younger. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, John.
You're
All
welcome.
right, Heidi, then Kamei, and then Martha.
Good morning, Michelle Joy Niels
Good
from Fort
morning, honey.
Collins. I'm coming to you 2 minutes delayed. We're still doing the testimonial format and questions after, right?
Yes, that's fine. Yes, you can do it that way. I didn't specifically say that, but yes, that's good.
Okay, I missed the format if it had changed. So my Monday morning miracle is that I am a 52-year-old mother of 7 birthed pregnancies, and I began my journey with LifeWave 365 days ago today.
Wow. Woo, it's Heidi's anniversary.
It's my anniversary, and what's significant about my anniversary, and I'm going to try and do this without crying, is that I just wrote in my journal this morning, knowing that it was my 365th day, that I have not had a childhood nightmare since February 22nd, when I put that patch X39 on my neck. I have not had a reoccurring childhood nightmare since. And just last night, I actually wore my 12-hour patches differently on my forehead, and I want to tell a testimony about what is going on right here. This is actually Nirvana. I have never worn Nirvana at night. I just had my first good, what is it called? Dream?
Yes.
Like opposite a nightmare. It's called a dream. I just had my first really good dream last night. I have not had a good dream since I was probably 5 years old.
Oh,
So this is Nirvana, which is amazing apparently to wear on your forehead at night. And that's only because I was like, okay, I ran out of Silent Nights that I usually wear right here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't order another pack of Silent Nights. So I gotta have 2 patches on my head because I'm just like OCD that way. And so I put the Nirvana here, having looked at my little brochure. And then this is Alavida, which I've been wearing since May 26th of 2022. So that's my story, but I do have a question, and it's kind of a reverse question. Is the person that has hot flashes, are they keeping their feet warm at night? Because if they don't regulate their foot temperature, they're not able to regulate everything else. And I have impeccable circulation, and other than my nightmares, my circulation has been amazing since putting X39 on and then using all of the other patches according to the locations. But I really want to recommend, when I went to my chiropractor for, I'm a parkour style runner. And so I was having what feels like shin splints, but it's not. It's on the reverse side of your back of your shins. At night, I would have cramping before I would even go to sleep. So I spray a lavender magnesium oil concoction all over the backs of my legs, and I have never had any issues since. And then I also take an electrolyte at night versus during the day, and it has electrolytes in it. So that's how I get rid of, because I'm 2 years into menopausing, but I never had menopause symptoms because I have an anafluxed uterus. So I've never felt a cramp in my uterus at all. So definitely regulate the foot temperature. So that's my reverse question is, are they using magnesium as a topical?
And I want to add to that I forget who it was, we were talking about night flashes. There's several really good comments in the chat that you want to avail yourself of. Anyone interested in hot flashes, you're getting some really good information in the chat. So that's, I just want to chime in
We
on
have
that.
such a great community. People are always want to be helpful. So yeah, do check the chat, everybody. I'm not able to look at it because I'm hosting. It's kind of hard to do both. But Heidi, thank you. We love you. You are such an important member of our community, and we love your vulnerability and your heart and your passion. Thank you for your sharing, honey. Okay. Kamei, am I saying your name correctly? Kamei?
It's Kamei.
Kamei. Okay. Kamei, and then Martha, and then Sunshower Rose.
Good morning, everybody. I have a couple of questions and a couple of comments. Thank you, Heidi, last week for recommending putting Nirvana right here at the armpits. I used 2 last week. I had that feeling of just kind of a heaviness from having used 40 years of antidepressants. And I guess I took my last one in November. So it's been kind of a, you know, a difficult transition, but the Nirvana is helping. So I'm really happy about that. I am starting to have, because I started doing exercises, I'm starting to have pain in the hip area on the right at the top of the femur, and it's keeping me awake at night. And so my question is, I wear tons of patches during the day to control my pain, and I know you can only do 12 on, 12 off. Is there any recommendation about using one or the other at nighttime?
I see Adele is raising her hand. Go ahead, Adele.
Tammy, if you will put an Eon on that spot, I use Eon anywhere in my body overnight for 12 hours when I go to bed, to stick an Eon anywhere that I hurt. It's the weirdest thing. You put it, if you touch the area and you think, oh, that's like a 6 or 7 pain level, you stick the Eon on and it's 0 immediately. It's amazing. And you sleep great with it.
The problem is I need Eon during the day for my mid back. So
Okay, Kamei, another idea? I agree with Adele, and a lot of us use Eon at night, including David Schmidt, because it's relaxing. It's not a sleep patch, but it does help people with busy mind. So maybe do more Ice Wave. You can do more than one set of patches. You could do more Ice Wave for your pain during the day.
wave on. Okay, so
You have 2 sets?
yeah, I have 2 sets. I have one right now at the top of my neck. That seems to help my back more than putting it at the end of the shoulder blades or right here. So yeah, I can try.
You know, have you tried Ice Wave on the bottoms of your feet on kidney 1?
Yeah,
For whole body? Yes?
So,
Okay.
yes, that helps, but that I broke my back 2 years ago at that midpoint, and it aches really badly all the time. And so Eon seemed to take the inflammation away. So,
Well, okay, so here's a question, maybe Gregory, or I don't know, maybe Heidi. You know the tummy protocol, you know, that was going around where you were patching your belly, Sunshower's nodding. You use the same patches for 24 hours. I mean, you wear them for 24 and then you put a new set on, and you wear them for 24 and you put a new set on. So maybe you can do the Eon for a short time during the day for your pain and at night. I mean, that's just an idea. Does anyone else have a thought? Gregory?
I have a suggestion, Kamei, is maybe on the spot on your back, have you tried putting the X39 right on the pain point instead of the Eon?
no, I haven't. I use X39 on a different pain point, but I could do that.
Yeah, because X39 sometimes, you know, I'm just going to ballpark it. It'll probably do 30% of the pain relief 30 or 40 or 50% of the pain relief of an Eon, but it stimulates the stem cells in that area also. So you're going to get the healing benefit of X39 along with the anti-inflammatory and pain relieving qualities. So it might more rapidly solve the problem while mitigating the pain while the healing's going on. So try the X39 in the mix of things.
All right. I use patches everywhere and move them around.
We do too. We do too.
You're, Kim A, I think Dr. Nicholas would, and you are in the same club, because Dr. Nicholas and Dr. Joan just did the wallpaper method. So,
I could, yeah. Okay.
all right, thank you. Thank you for your share and your question. Okay, we've got quite a number of hands up, and this might be all we can take because we're getting very close to the bottom of the hour. We have Martha, Sunshower Rose, iPhone, and then Susie Bell, and that will probably be it. So Martha, yes, if you can keep it brief so we can get everybody in, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. I have a client with a 6-year-old daughter. She had an infection somewhere chest and was coughing and burst her eardrum. And they worked on it for several weeks trying to get it to be better, and it wasn't working. So she took a couple of patches from me. She put them right behind the ear, and they wore them for 4 days. They wore the new one, then they would put the new one, and then, or the new one, the old one, the new one, the old one. And on that 4th day, they had a doctor's appointment, and they went, and the doctor goes, "Hey, it's scabbing over." The pain was gone and she could hear. And so I thought that was pretty amazing and wanted to share.
Beautiful. And that's X39, Martha, right?
That was only X39.
Only X39, the power of the single
Only,
pack.
like it's nothing, but
Like
yeah.
it's that, right. Yeah,
And
beautiful.
this is,
Thank you.
I just want to add to that, Martha, and that's a perfect example. If you got a critical condition, nothing says you can't wear the patches 24 hours a day. You wouldn't want to do it for a month or a year because the body will attenuate. But if you got a crisis situation, you could use the patches round the clock.
The only reason I didn't do that was because she's in school,
Yeah.
and they were funny. They thought it might be funny for her to wear it to school.
Yep.
So I just said, do it at night while she slept. So it worked obviously really well, but that's a great idea. And I didn't know I could do that. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
you can. Yeah, you just don't want to wear them 24/7 for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like for a broken leg, you could wear it for a short time to heal, like a FEMA.
Till the crisis pain is over. But for healing, it's going to take a while for a leg to heal. So you wouldn't want to wear it 24/7. But
Oh,
you
so-
could wear it 24 hours a day for the first few days.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Mhm.
That's awesome to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martha. All right, Sunshower Rose, iPhone, and Susie.
Good morning, everyone. Boy, are we learning a lot about how to take care of our own bodies and be in charge. I'd like to introduce someone who hasn't spoken on our call before. His name is Dan Boyle, and just last evening he went to the rank of manager. I hope you're here, Dan, and that you're unmuted. I know he's here. Unmute.
Congratulations, Dan. Woohoo! I'm not seeing him in the list.
I am.
Okay.
I see his number. Okay, maybe he can't unmute.
Oh, what's his number?
It ends with 975, starts with 406.
Oh, he's in the month. Oh, that's Dan over in Billings.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Dan, you can unmute if you can, but congratulations, Dan. Woohoo!
Yes, congratulations.
I could try and give a little bit of his testimony.
Go ahead, Sunshower.
He's had injuries over the years, and I think his neck was one of the main issues. He has hip, leg issues, and within the first week, I believe he was able to, like, if he's sleeping, he noticed if he was on one side, that was a bad thing, because then he'd have to like lift his head in order to come back to center. And in a week or so, I think that resolved itself. That's just one that I remember.
Nice. Nice.
Thank you, Sunshower. All right. Looks like more hands are going up, and we are at the bottom of the hour. Is it okay, Gregory, if we go a little over? Is
We
that
go
okay?
1 or 2 minutes over, but I think no more hands up. We've
Yeah,
got
no more.
Susie, Liz and Gary, and that'll be it.
Yes. So iPhone, please unmute and try and keep it to
Well, I
30
think that's
seconds.
Dan. That was Dan.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
iPhone. I see iPhone hand up. We'll give you another few seconds if you can
Oh,
unmute.
there you go. Go ahead.
At me?
Hey.
Who is
Hi,
that?
Deborah Hawkins. This is my first time on the call, and I am so excited. I've only used the patches about 2 weeks now, and I'm waiting to get my SP6 because I have issues with hot sweats, sweating at night, and I have a really bad odor under my my arms that I just can't get rid of no matter what. How many times I shower and wash, and so I'm not really sure. It could be just detox, but that's happened way before the patches. But right now I'm just using 39 and 49 and Eon at night and the energy patches during the day.
Wow, beautiful. That's a great regimen. Welcome
Yeah.
to our community.
Thank you. Thank you. And I don't want to really take up any more time, but I'm excited about the SP6. I heard that helps
Helps
with the night sweats.
Oh, yes. And just a thought about the smelly armpits is, you said it happened before you got on LifeWave. David Schmidt did a webinar on toxins in our environment, and maybe someone can put that in the chat. But that might be a helpful one for you to listen to, because
Okay.
the body is very smart. We have a divine intelligence, God-given intelligence in our bodies, and your body's sounds like it's trying to get rid of something, maybe heavy metals. There's a lot of those in the environment. So David gives a lot of suggestions on that video.
Okay, well, that sounds really good because heavy metals in me, I've been married for 38 years because I worked in the dental field way before we wore gloves and masks. So I'm sure that's
Yep.
part of
Yep.
But
that
thank
could-
you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, Susie, Liz, and Gary, and then we'll be done with our shares. This has been a great call. Susie, go ahead and unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for these amazing Zooms and calls and Facebook and all that. Thank you. I just want people to use the glutathione. It's amazing. I discovered it helps me immensely with horrible headaches. I get a headache right here, and not so many anymore. But it feels like I got hit in the head right here. It's brutal. I started putting a glutathione right there, and it took it out. It's amazing. So try the glutathione for pain. This is helping my thyroid immensely. This is an Eon, and it's shrinking a little nodule. And also Eon for me gives me energy, and my mind is like super active and amazing when I'm on Eon. So I can't sleep in it. I have way too many vivid dreams, and I'm like resting and sleeping, but I'm not. And I wake up feeling like, wow, what happened last night? So I
Wow.
usually use the Eon a day.
Wow.
And, just been playing around with the patches for a couple years and loving them. So thank you. Mwah.
Oh, Susie, thank you. And that's a good point. Sometimes the patches, if it's not working for you at the day, use it at night. If it's not working so well at night, switch it to the day. We're all unique.
Yeah.
So you said it makes you feel
Absolutely.
amazing. Makes you feel amazing. Go be more amazing, Susie. Dr. Tom.
Okay, you too.
Go
Thank
be
you.
amazing. All right, Liz, and then Gary.
Well, I got inspired after all the conversations this morning to go grab some Ice Wave and put it on my abdomen. A couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with a condition that affects my nerve endings as well as my muscles. And I have what feels like a really tight belt right under my rib cage constantly. And so I went and put Ice Wave on it, and I've put it there before and it didn't really seem to do much, but I put it there this morning and it all of a sudden just kind of relaxed it somewhat. Now I can still feel it, but you know, when I sit all day, the only way that it relaxes is if fully is when I'm stretched out in bed. So can't do that and work and help all you guys. So
Aw, and you
Anyway.
certainly do that. Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Gary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I need a haircut and a shave. Sorry, guys. Scary. Anywho, I started out about a year and a half ago and I got reactivated in the company a couple months ago. And I've been having some really amazing things, which I like to share at a later time. But I have a 22,000 volume on my right leg, and I just signed my first person on my own, a bronze in the company last week. So she's a dear friend of mine that has she has stage 5 kidney disease and lupus. So she's just started on her patches Friday. And I just wondered if anybody had any suggestions, because we know she's probably got a lot of medical detoxification to do. But she did an hour the first time and then started feeling funny. So she took it off, and then she got up to 2 or 3 hours yesterday. So we know that she probably have to start out slow, but does anybody have any suggestions? Because she's a dear, dear friend of mine, and I'm worried about her, but also excited that I got her to start on the patches.
I love your enthusiasm, Gary. And just a gentle reminder, we don't name disease names. So that the one that you had the L, the beginning with an L, just a little reminder, that's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes, but we want to be careful. So that would be a hard one to describe the symptoms of. I guess an autoimmune, it's an autoimmune condition.
Yeah, with the L.
That's okay to say autoimmune condition.
Okay.
So
yeah, I apologize for that.
That's okay. Well, we're all learning here. Does anyone have a thought about to help Gary with his friend? Obviously, X39, Gary, she's using that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beginning, middle, and end. We are always, if there's no other patch that can be used or afforded, that's always the one, because her body needs to, recalibrate and, reset, 4,000 something genes. I know Helen knows the exact number. I don't remember the exact number, but she needs some gene resetting, this dear woman. And that's what X39 does. So,
Michelle, I had an autoimmune issue, and I noticed some clearing up at 3 months, but it was really evident. This is just X39 at 1 year and 2 years. So it's remarkable what X39 can do.
Thank you, Ravel. How long has she been on the patch, Gary?
She just started on this last Friday.
Oh my gosh. She's got to give it some time. And you as her friend needs to just support her and say, hang in there. You didn't get here overnight, right?
I'm so amazed that I got her to do it. I'm so happy because she's been near death so many times in the last couple of months, and she's really tired of feeling sick. So.
And I think Keme, was it Keme that had something?
Anne Marie here.
Okay,
Yes.
Anne Marie, and then
Real
Keme,
quick,
really
real quick. We had a training last week in our group by a naturopath who's one of our brand partners in Wyoming. She says K3 is a very important point. It's right up near the ankle. Get an acupuncture chart and look at K3. And she
Okay.
could put X39 there, or if she has neon, she could put one there. But it's a major point for the kidney. Major point.
K3. Okay.
Yeah.
Kidney 3. Yeah, look it up online, Gary.
Okay. Nice. Thank
Okay,
you.
and then Kame had something
Thank
quick to share.
Well, I was just going
Thanks
to
for
tell
the time, you guys.
Barbara Larrabee reversed her kidney disease with, I believe, X39, X49, and glutathione, but you might reach out to her and ask her how she did it.
What was your name again, please?
My name's Kame, but her name is Barbara Larrabee.
Barbara Larrabee. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready? Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay, keep us posted. Thank you. All right. We are a little past, but what a wonderful call. Thank you all so much for your beautiful stories and your questions and It's what makes a house a home, is this amazing community. We love you all. We're so happy you're here. And I'm going to turn it over to Gregory to share what's going to be happening on tonight's community call.
Yeah, thanks very much, Michelle, and thanks to everybody. What a great call. I think we all love starting our week and our day with this Monday morning miracle call. And as Karen likes to say, it's not a miracle, it's science, but science is a miracle, isn't it? So it is a miracle call. And I just love the community sharing how we support each other in this way. I've got an exciting announcement I want to share with everyone that we just finalized on Friday and over the weekend. And we're going to be doing a big event in Scottsdale, Arizona, coming up in just about a little over a month from now. This will be in the newsletter. It'll be in the Facebook page, and we'll be promoting it. But we got quite a lineup of SPDs, along with our U.S. country manager, Garrett Johnson, going to be there in Scottsdale. So if anybody knows anybody in the greater Phoenix area, it's pre-registration. You go to LifeWave at the bottom, you can see this, LifeWave Scottsdale.eventbrite, and register. We can only seat about 400 people, and something tells me we're going to fill every seat. And there's no charge. So I'm very excited about this. And we are now working with some of the other SPDs on our team, Marcy Preble and Dr. Stacy and Connie and Dr. Nicholas and, Peter. And I know there'll be many other leaders in attendance. So I just wanted to give everybody the sneak peek. This flyer just got finished yesterday. Okay. It was like hot off the press, and I just couldn't help not sharing it this morning. We'll be talking about a little bit more on this evening's call and talking about our upcoming event schedule. And we'll probably have some other special guests. We got some new directors that will probably one or two be on the call this evening. So that pretty much brings it to a wrap, I think. So thank you very much, Michelle, and thank you everyone for all of the wonderful sharing that went on here today. And have a great week, and we'll talk to you on the call tonight.
Yes, keep on patching, everybody. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
week.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye,
you, Michelle.
everybody.
Wonderful
Thank
call.
you.
Everybody.
Bye.
Did a good job hosting.
Thank you, everybody.
Great call.
You.
Have a great week.
Love you. You're a joy, Michelle.
Congrats, Heidi.
Thanks, Gary.
For all you guys' help.
Fantastic
Story.
call.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye,
Michelle.
hon.
Noelle, I talked to Noelle. Hopefully she got a hold of you.
Oh, thanks so much, Helen. And oh gosh, and happy birthday, by the way.
Heidi,
Thank
Happy
happy
you.
anniversary.
Anniversary. Happy anniversary. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
Gregory. Bye,
Bye,
Robin.
everybody. Take
You
care.
all are my daily
Bye.
affirmation.
Thanks, Jada.
Yes. Awesome.